Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. There's a cloud of uncertainty over the future of the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, PCJ. That's because the government has failed to give a timeline for the closure of the entity and has also refused to speak about redundancies. TVJ's Andrew Laidley reports.
Workers at the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica have been left to ponder their fate following vague responses from the Energy Minister in Parliament today relating to job security at the entity. The Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees told our news team that the workers have been restive since the news emerged on Friday that the entity's functions would be subsumed into the Energy Ministry. And while many hoped for clarity today, it was not forthcoming.
With the PCJ, it will be a process. Again, a carefully laid out process that will be supervised by the Public Sector Transformation Implementation Unit. And they've had good experience doing this. And I can only say that we trust the judgment of that group in terms of the transition.
When quizzed about redundancies, the Energy Minister had this to say.
The Minister is far removed from that process.
The Minister cannot be far removed from the process of rationalizing the staff. There are permanent, which would have briefed you as to how many members of staff will be made redundant, how many members of staff you will be taking over into the ministry.
Ms. Williams also admitted that no empirical study was done to measure the benefits of moving the PCJ operations into the Energy Ministry.
Is there an estimate that you can share with the Parliament about the extent of the savings and the sources of the savings over the ensuing 5-year period? I would need a number.
Again, member, there isn't a number at this time. We are at the beginning of the process.
It's an aspiration.
And when that is developed, we will know what that is.
And while the fate of the PCJ hangs in the balance, Shadow Minister on Energy Philip Paulwell is demanding that a forensic audit be done on the entity before shutting it down.
We have been awaiting the terms of reference, which has been finalized now in relation to the forensic audit of Petrojam, and we are calling upon the government to also institute a forensic audit of the PCJ before you actually implement this closure at this time.
The announcement of the closure was made on Friday in a staff meeting at the PCJ. Andrew Laidley, TVJ News.
Oil prices traded lower today after Saudi Arabia said its oil output will return to normal by the end of this month. Oil for delivery in November lost $3.07 to settle at $58.57 per barrel. Currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for $136.69, the Canadian dollar $103.83. The pound closed at $170.48, while the euro is going for $153.53. To the stock market now, the JSE main index lost 1,119 points today, while the junior market index declined by 42 points. Among the winners, we had Sterling Investments, waiting for that to switch. We had Sterling Investments, right, there you go, Iron Rock Insurance, Caribbean Cream, and Margaritaville. On the losing side, we had Key Insurance, CAC 2000, Stationery and Office Supplies, Epic Carbon Property Fund, and G West Corporation. And that's the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Good evening.